Blake Shelton's children made him realize he's more than just a country singer. I'm someone they can trust. Blake Shelton's priorities are shifting. The country music superstar, who will coach his final season of NBC's The Voice, says he's ready to focus on personal matters. I've accomplished more than I could have imagined. Blake Shelton's priorities are shifting. The country music superstar, who will coach his final season of NBC's The Voice, says he's ready to focus on personal matters. I've accomplished more than anything I would ever imagine and made plenty of money, but you can't buy time back, is what I want to invest in right now. Shelton, who is married to pop superstar Gwen Stefani, explained in an exclusive cover story with People. Shelton has been a coach on The Voice for 22 seasons, excluding the upcoming season, which will be his 23rd. Since becoming a stepfather to Stefani's 3 sons, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, he says his perspective on what matters most has shifted. It's just having kids, you know. It truly makes you think, wait a minute, this is no longer about me. It will never be again. If you don't say that to yourself, I think you're only hurting yourself because you'll miss out, Shelton explained, adding that his absence from life events will be noticed by all 3 boys. They've taught me something I didn't know about myself. I'm more than just a country singer or a goofy guy. I'm someone they actually rely on, and that's not a responsibility I've ever had, nor is it something I've ever considered doing. Even though I'm a step-parent, I take my responsibilities very seriously. The kids regard me as a very important person in their lives, he added. When they inquire, why isn't Blake present? That stuff affects me. It's just a different sense of self-worth. Maybe it's the inverse of self-worth because you put yourself at the bottom of the rung and they move up ahead of you. Along with spending time with his stepchildren, Shelton, 46, says he enjoys slowing down and is happiest when he is with family in Oklahoma, where he grew up. In fact, he and Stefani, 53, have already started a hobby together in Oklahoma. You just become a family when you go there, Shelton said of Oklahoma, where he now has multiple gardens with the Hollaback Girls singer. Aside from music, gardening has to be our strongest bond. We go way overboard. If there's one embarrassing splurge, it's how much we probably spend on seeds, like boxes of seeds. Shelton, who will marry Stefani in the summer of 2021, says the couple has grown zinnias and sunflowers, but the Icelandic lily has been the most difficult to grow so far. Knowing you're married makes me feel settled, Shelton said of his relationship with Stefani, which he describes as the simplest thing I've ever been a part of in my life. We've spent so much of our lives traveling, touring, and working that now we're just like, hey, I'm fine with 6 p.m. for putting on my sweatpants and watching Ozark 8 times tonight. That's fine with me. That's our new life, and we love it. That doesn't mean Shelton is calling it quits on his career. People can still catch him on television, as he recently debuted his new game show, Barmageddon, on the USA Network, with Carson Daly as a co-host. Shelton will also appear on The Voice's 23rd season, which will premiere in March 2023. It's a lot of fun to make this show. I can do a whole season in a couple of weeks with people I care about, Shelton said of Barmageddon. I wasn't looking for The Voice when I discovered it, and it's exciting to think about what else is out there. I was 10 years into my career as a country artist when I started The Voice in 2011. Until I became a coach on The Voice, I never really made it to the level of country artists. There were far more prominent country musicians to whom they could have offered this position, and I'm sure they would have accepted. I don't believe leaving the show is a risk. I don't think I'd walk away from my career at this point because the only thing I'd risk is having regrets. You don't know what those will be until you look back one day, Shelton explained. Perhaps one day I'll look back and say, man, that was the end of it. That was my moment. For now, I know, at this moment, it's time for me to step away as a coach. But I'm glad I stayed as long as I did.